Hello, hello. I am the Salem Moon Oracle. I am a Massachusetts-based tarot reader and paranormal investigator. If you have some bumps in the night and you need someone to look into it, use the contact button on my website, thesalemoonOracle.com. And today we're going to read for Temperance. This is Sagittarius. We previously have read for Leo, Gemini, Cancer, and Aquarius. You can go back and look at those from earlier in the week. All right, we're going to use our Dark Mansion Tarot, and we're going to pull for the solstice energy. Whether you call it Letha, Summer Solstice, or the Equinox, it all happens on June 20th, 21st. It's the longest day of the year, and here we are to celebrate the power of the sun. So we are going to pull our energy for the full moon also, which is the next day right afterwards. So it's a lot going on in the sky, a lot going on in our lives. So let's take a closer look. We're going to pull a Celtic cross. Here is Sagittarius energy. And our challenge. Let's do our foundation. And our hopeful outcome. Sagittarius past. Sagittarius future. Now you see yourself, how others see you. Fears. And the second outcome. All right, we're going to flip these all over and take them all in for a minute. So this is the U energy. We have the Ten of Swords. Then we have the Six of Swords as a challenge. Outcome, foundation, past, near future. How you see yourself, how others see you, fears, and secondary outcome depending on how we deal with the challenge. So I'm just going to sit here for a minute and just read your story and take it in and then see what tarot has to say. All right, let's look at each of these cards individually. This is the Sagittarius energy right now. Let's remember we're reading for our Temperance card, which is Sagittarius. So we're reading for our fire energy. And the current energy is the Ten of Swords. Okay, this is the very end of a cycle. This is air or logic. This is exhaustion, endings, and letting go. This is mental exhaustion. Okay, this is absolute tired to the bone. Okay, that's what this means. Exhaustion to the bone. Okay, so that's the current energy that Sagittarius is running right now. Now, our challenge is how to leave behind what's making us so tired. So this is a woman, she's got kids. This is usually like leave in the middle of the night, call an Uber, and escape the situation. Okay, so she's having a really hard time getting out of the situation, leaving behind. Okay, our foundation is the Queen of Swords. Independent woman, boss. Okay, she is the highest that you can get in the swords for your feminine energy. She takes no prisoners. She means business. She's very successful. This is not in a earth material needs, but this is a air logic. Okay, so we have the first three cards that we pulled have to do with mental energy. Okay, so the Ten of Swords of exhaustion, the Six of Swords, escape and moving on, and really focusing and moving your entire energy into a new and calmer place. And then our Queen of Swords, which is our independent woman boss. And then we pulled our first cups. So this is our Five of Cups, and this is grief, loss, mourning. This is my depression card. It can also sometimes mean indulging in too much drinking card, and my hangover card. This is the original outcome that we pull if we don't overcome our challenge, okay? So if we are running on complete exhaustion on the Ten of Swords and we decide to stay and we continue to run ourselves to the bone and we don't leave, we're going to find ourselves in grief, loss, mourning, missing out, and just depression, okay? Because it seems like there's been a lot of fighting in the past. This is our Five of Wands, this is our fire energy, and this is arguments, conflict, okay? This is just everybody going to bat. It just feels like one fight after another, and it just feels like you're never really getting ahead. It feels like the entire energy surrounding this relationship is just a constant conflict. And so in our near future, we have Three of Pentacles. This is a new business. This is the start of something new. People are standing over. They're starting to take notice. People are watching what you're doing. You're just starting out. This is the beginning of the Pentacle cycle. So it's launching. It's just getting off the ground. But being the Queen of Swords energy and foundation, knowing that you have the woman boss energy, or it doesn't have to be a female, of course. This can just be your own this can just be, it is normally a female energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a reading for a female, okay? I don't want to get caught up in anything like that. So I just want to say that the energy is very girl bossy energy. Otherwise we would probably get, the King of Swords. And so, but because you have this woman boss or girl boss or bad bitch energy about yourself, that your new business in the Three of Pentacles cycle has a really strong foundation to stand on, okay? And so because you maybe have been your own boss, or the new business that you're starting and you are your own boss and you're finding that it's just your calling, you're going to be okay. All right. Because planning, success, adventure, ambitions. This is the Two of Wands. It's normally a man standing on top of a rooftop with two wands and the world in his hands, okay? So he's not just satisfied taking on over his family's business. He wants to conquer the whole world. This is someone with really big ambitions, okay? So you see yourself as someone who has more to offer than what they're currently offering now, which is just why they're feeling so exhausted, because it's just not matching their vibration, or they've made commitments that they have to see to the end or fulfill before they feel like they can move on in the cycle and close it out for the Ten of Swords. So the Two of Wands is also the fire energy, and we have the Five of Wands here and the Eight of Wands. So that is the fire energy for Sagittarius. And we also have 2 cups, 3 swords, and then the outcome is actually really interesting. I'm excited to get to that. So this is how other people see you. This is our 6 of cups. This is a woman looking at photo albums or frames, and it's usually memories, reminiscing, thinking about your childhood, but it's also someone in harmony, mind, body, spirit, calm, peace, lots of growth, lots of fulfillment. Each cup is overflowing. And so what you have to look at is these cards are in succession in the deck. So we've got the 5 of Cups and we have the 6 of Cups. Now the 5 of Cups is our depression, overindulgence, our hangover card. This is our grief, our loss, our sorrow, our mourning card. That is if we decide to stay in this energy, okay, the 10 of Swords, because you just don't really have much more to give. And how people are seeing you is through that energy into a higher energy where these cups are not empty. These cups are full. They're running over. Okay. They're full of life. They're full of fulfillment. They're full of manifestation. And yes, she is looking back on memories fondly, but she's at peace. And so the way that your energy is perceived to other people is that you are in harmony, mind, body, spirit, okay? So the way people already see you, you've got to be grateful for it, because that will easily help you step into that energy and be able to leave whatever the 10 of Swords is that's holding on to you, because obviously the 6 of Cups is a much happier and joyful and harmonious energy to be in. And of course that would be a great energy to pull for the Sagittarius energy. But the truth is that we're stuck at the end of a cycle right now, okay? And we're really ruminating on it intellectually and logically, really trying to work it through. It's taking over pretty much all that we have mentally, and it's just really becoming quite exhaustion, okay? Very exhaustive. Now, the Eight of Wands is our fears. She's adorable with her little black cat. The Eight of Wands is quick development. Okay, so how can you be afraid of that? Well, of course, you're just afraid of change, and that's okay. A lot of people are afraid of change. I'm afraid of change. I understand. Change is very scary. Okay, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know, right? I don't know if you've ever heard that before. But the truth is that sometimes you'd rather stay in a situation where you're exhausted, because when you leave that situation, does this show you where you're going? No, it shows you only where you've been. You don't know where you're going. And so some people would rather just stay on land and say, okay, yeah, I'm really tired to the bone, and that's going to be my future, but I can see it and I know it and I'm okay with it because I can trust it, and I know that that's going to be what it is because you're experiencing it now. And that sometimes is easier and better than not knowing where you're going when you leave. And so that's why it's a challenge. That's why this card is in your challenge spot, because not knowing where you're going when you leave that land is the biggest challenge. Where will you go? Where will you land? And the biggest fear, of course, is a quick development, and it all happening very, very quickly, and not knowing where you're going to land. But you have to remember that the foundation is always going to be your girl boss, bad bitch energy. And so there's no one who's going to be able to take care of you better than you. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of others. You can take care of a business. You can emotionally, logically take care of yourself. Okay, now the outcome, if you do decide to get in the boat and leave into the nether of who knows where, your actual outcome, and this is why I use 2 decks. Look, you become who you're supposed to be. Your outcome is being Sagittarius. Your outcome is being you. Your outcome is being the balance, the harmony, the fulfillment of everything that you're meant to be in your destiny. And that's why it's important for me to use both decks in case tarot wants to remind you, hey, this is who you are. This is who you're supposed to be. And so temperance absolutely came up in the outcome, because if you get in that boat, look, she's on water. She's just on the other side. Okay, this is one side of the lake, and this is the other. She left. She trusted. She had faith in the universe. She's gone. She's happy. She's peaceful. She's in harmony. Okay, she's our temperance. She's our patience, our balance. She's our peace. And so it's important to remember that's why there's 2 outcomes in my Celtic cross, or in the Celtic cross that I pull, is because usually up here in this outcome is what will happen if you hang around and you stay in that challenge energy. Okay? And then the final outcome up here is after you've gone through the work and you know who you are and you know how others see you and you've conquered your fears, then this is an additional outcome. This is a separate outcome, because you have to remember that you write your own destiny. The tarot is only telling you what it sees from here based on the information it has for the decisions you've made. And so all you have to do is change your mind and make different choices, and your path will change. Okay? And so the tarot is never etched in stone, and I can pull another one for you in a couple days after you've left, and we've got a whole new story, you know? And so it's important to remember that it's a cycle. It's constant. And we go through the Fool all the way through to the World, over and over and over again. And the fear of change really only keeps us from starting over as the Fool over again. And it hinders our growth, because the more times we become the Fool, the more lessons we learn, the more times we get to step into our magician magic and learn more things, right? Okay, so Sagittarius, this was a really great reading. This is fun for the solar and the full moon energy and Letha, or the equinox, or whatever you want to call it, midsummer. You've got a lot of thinking to do and some decisions to make, but just remember, your foundation is really super strong. You know who you are. Okay. This was a really great reading. Thanks so much, Sagittarius. I'll see you guys again.